Alright, so you should get yourself familiar with formulas like this. Frequently, we may need to compare two projects. We may need to decide which project among these two projects we want to go ahead with. In these cases, we want to compare them. And we got to be very careful if these two projects have a different time frame. So we need to compare it and carefully such that we avoid comparing banana with apples. Okay, let's look at examples. Suppose a government-owned electric utility company is considering two alternative proposals for new sources of energy. First proposal is a major hydroelectric dam, which is going to last 75 years. The second one is a cogeneration project, which will last 15 years. And now we want to decide which one is better, dam project or cogeneration project. The tricky point here is that these two projects, they have completely different time frame. One is 75 years, the other is 15 years. Suppose we know the discount rate is 8%, and again our calculation says that the hydroelectric dam project has a $30 million NPV, and for the cogeneration project, it has a $24 million NPV, present value of net benefit. So can we conclude that this hydroelectric dam project is better than the cogeneration project? No, we can't, because these two projects, they have a different time frame. So if we just compare 30 to 24, we are comparing banana with apples, so which is not good. So how to make a correct comparison? Two ways to do so. First one, we call it rolling over the shorter project. Second one, equivalent annual net benefits method. Let's look at first one. The hydroelectric dam project lasts 75 years. Cogeneration projects last 15 years. So now let's roll over this cogeneration project 5 times. Then we can get the same time frame as the hydroelectric dam project. Okay. So that's what we call it rolling over the shorter project. If project A spans n times the number of years as project B, then assume that project B is repeated n times and compare the NPV of this n repeated projects with the NPV of one project. Okay. So in 75 years, we can have 5 cogeneration projects. And what's the present value of this? What's the NPV of these 5 cogeneration projects? First one is 24 million, we are told. Second one is 24 million, but it's in the year of 15. So discount it back, so on and so forth, we get $34.94 million present values. So in these cases, we should conclude that this cogeneration project is better than the hydroelectric dam project. Second method we can use is we call it equivalent annual net benefits method, EANB. Okay, the idea here is that, okay, rather than comparing the NPV of these two projects, let's think in terms of annuity for the hydroelectric project. What's the equivalent annuity such that the present value is $30 million? Okay, then we can calculate it. We can calculate this, but I'm going to show it on the whiteboard. Well, now we know that the annuity, present value of annuity formula here is R multiplied by 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus I to the power minus n divided by I. and this we call it annuity factor. So for the hydroelectric dam, we want to think what R should it be for 75 years, such that present value of this annuity is equal to $30 million. Or this hydroelectric dam project is equivalent to what kind of annuity? Okay, it's easy to calculate, right? So it should be 30 million is equal to R. We want to figure out what R is, multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus R is 8% to the power of 75. Divided by 8. And we can figure out what R is. So R is just 30 divided by this. Similarly, for the cogeneration project, it should be what kind of this is HED? What is the associated annuity? What is the annuity that occurs for 15 years that's equivalent to this cogeneration project? So this cogeneration project generally 24 million. So it should be R equals to this annuity factor. Okay, we can figure out what R is. So through that calculation, you're going to find that the equivalent annuity, the annuity that's equivalent to hydroelectric dam project is $2.407 million per year for 75 years. For the cogeneration project, the equivalent annuity is $2.804 million for 15 years. And now we can compare these two annuities. Clearly 2.8 is bigger than 2.4. So again, we conclude that cogeneration project is better than the hydroelectric project. So that's how we calculate, we compare two projects with different time frames. But one thing you want to be aware is that shorter projects also have an additional benefit not included in the equivalent annual net benefit calculation, because one does not necessarily have to roll over the shorter project when it is finished. In 15 years' time, there may be a better technology which you can a better option may be available at that time. So this is not accounted for in the rolling over the short project or the equivalent annual net benefit measures. Alright, that's how to compare two projects.